Foxborough, Mass. It wasn't quite Curt Schilling's bloody sock. It wasn't Willis Reed's gimpy leg, either. But the injured right thumb of Patriots quarterback Tom Brady was all that sports fans here could talk about in the days before New England played the Jacksonville Jaguars for the AFC Championship on Sunday. And for good reason. Not only has Brady been the team's starting quarterback for nearly 2 decades, but he is perhaps the best quarterback of all time, having played in 7 Super Bowls. His backup, Brian Hoyer, has 1 career playoff start, and would not inspire a fraction of the fear that Brady does. Patriots fans need not have worried, though Sunday's game provided plenty of nail-biting moments. By his otherworldly standards, Brady put on a pedestrian performance, but it was enough for the Patriots in a 24-20 win over Jacksonville. Brady will now vie for his 6th Super Bowl title, and his 3rd in 4 years, when the Patriots face the Philadelphia Eagles in Minneapolis on February 4. A win in Minnesota would give the Patriots 6 Vince Lombardi trophies, tying them with the Pittsburgh Steelers for the most of any team. Brady's 8th trip to the Super Bowl will be 3 more than any other quarterback has made. John Elway is in 2nd place with 5. The Patriots have won all their titles during the last 16 years, when teams have had to juggle free agency, salary caps, and longer seasons. That sets them apart from the New York Yankees of the 1950s, the Boston Celtics of the 1960s, and the Chicago Bulls of the 1990s. The victories have not always been pretty, including the one on Sunday, when Brady had to engineer his record 8th fourth-quarter playoff comeback. For long parts of the game, the Jaguars appeared poised to pull off one of the bigger upsets in playoff history. The Patriots fell behind by 14-3 in the 2nd quarter and played from behind for much of the game, struggling to establish their running game. They also lost their top receiver, tight end Rob Gronkowski, to a head injury in the 2nd quarter. But Brady, who has also appeared in more playoff games than any other quarterback, once again led the Patriots with ruthless efficiency when it mattered most. Facing a 10-point deficit in the 4th quarter, he engineered 2 scoring drives aided by several Jaguars penalties and put the Patriots ahead for good with less than 3 minutes remaining, when he hit wide receiver Danny Amendola with a 4-yard touchdown pass. If you look up good football player in the dictionary, his picture is right beside it. Coach Bill Belichick said of Amendola. As they have done for years, Brady and Belichick did not buckle under pressure when trailing late. The Patriots' defense provided the necessary support, stifling the Jaguars, blocking passes and rushing Jacksonville quarterback Blake Bortles in the 2nd half. That left Brady, 40 years old and showing few signs of slowing down, with plenty of time on the clock. Showered several times by chants of Brady, Brady from the Gillette Stadium crowd, he completed 26 of 38 passes for 290 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. When things start to crack a little bit, some teams haven't had the same experience, Patriots owner Robert K. Kraft said of the Jaguars, who have now played in 3 conference title games, losing all of them. The victory put to rest the drama of the previous few days. Brady hurt his thumb on Wednesday while handing off to running back Rex Burkhead during practice. He ended up with a sprained ligament and several stitches. After Kraft learned of the injury, he raced home from Florida. The Patriots were tight-lipped as usual. Brady did not speak to the news media on Wednesday or Thursday, and he did not practice those days. When he returned on Friday, Brady wore a glove and said only "we'll see" when asked if he was confident that he would start on Sunday. "I've had a couple of crazy injuries, but this was pretty crazy," Brady said after the game. "They come up and you just deal with them, and I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do." When he emerged for warm ups on Sunday, it brought cheers from the early contingent of fans. He ran down the sideline wearing a white glove on his left hand and with black tape covering part of his right one. He then fist-bumped his coach, using the troublesome right hand, and started throwing passes to ball boys and receivers. "We're not talking about open heart surgery here," Belichick said with typical sarcasm after the game. Brady extinguished uncertainty on the opening drive, completing all 6 of his passes to 4 receivers. Perhaps in a concession to his injury, Brady often worked out of the shotgun and with an empty backfield, giving him more time and more receivers to target. Still, the Jaguars' pass rushers were able to get to Brady, chasing him out of bounds and sacking him near the line of scrimmage. In what amounted to a minor victory for a visiting team at Gillette Stadium, the Jaguars held the Patriots to a field goal on that first drive. With Brady's thumb no longer a mystery, the question was what Jaguars quarterback Blake Bortles would do with his healthy throwing hand. The Jaguars kept things simple, handing the ball to the rookie running back Leonard Fournette, who had 76 yards rushing, and throwing short passes. Bortles, 23 of 36 for 293 yards, drove the Jaguars down the field and hit tight end Mercedes Lewis for a 4-yard touchdown. The Jaguars pushed the lead to 14-3 after Fournette scored on a 4-yard run. They had a chance to pad their lead, but 3 penalties, including one that was declined, forced them to punt with a little more than 2 minutes left in the first half. Brady made Jacksonville pay for those mistakes. For nearly 2 decades, fans here have watched him dissect opposing defenses. Before halftime, Brady hit Brandon Cooks, Amendola and running back James White. Jaguars safety Barry Church hit Gronkowski in the helmet while tackling him, leading to a 15-yard penalty for unnecessary roughness. Gronkowski did not return, but running back James White scored to close the gap to a far more comfortable 14-10. Keeping the Jaguars close was all Brady and his teammates needed.